This is the Bowtie Travelers. Welcome to Tokyo.
Tokyo, the capital of Japan, is a city of extremes. From the frenzy of Tokyo Tower, Tokyo Skytree, and high rises, to calm spaces like its beautiful gardens, temples, and shrines. The small castle town known as Edo in the 16th century has grown to become the most populous city in the world. Wars and earthquakes have been highly detrimental to the city. Today, Tokyo offers a seemingly unlimited choice of shopping and entertainment such as karaoke in private rooms with friends and colleagues, art or cat cafes, culture and dining to its visitors.
We are in Tokyo and we've got 4 days to visit this immense city.
In 4 days, we can even not scratch the surface of what this gigantesque city has to offer. However, we'll do our best to sightsee as much as we can and do things not to be missed in this amazing city full of marvels.
We want to visit a lot of places in Tokyo, and 4 days is not enough because Tokyo is a huge city. It's the biggest city in the world.
Day 1. Tokyo Tower. Meiji Jingu Shrine, Harajuku, Takeshita Dori, Roppongi. The Tokyo Tower is the second tallest building in Japan after the Tokyo Skytree. This iconic symbol of Tokyo and Japan is one of the best known towers in the world. Made of prefabricated steel, Tokyo Tower is called light because it weighs only 4,000 metric tons. The Tokyo Tower was modeled after the Eiffel Tower in France, but is lighter and taller. At night, the tower is lit up by 176 floodlights, orange in winter and white in summer. Various tourist attractions surround the base of the tower.
The tower itself has been inspired by the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and then if you look at it, it looks like the Eiffel Tower. The difference between the Tokyo Tower and the Eiffel Tower is that the Tokyo Tower, you can see, it is painted white and orange, and this is because of the air and safety regulation for tall buildings.
Tokyo Tower gets repainted every 5 years with about 7,500 gallons of paint. The two main purposes of the tower is broadcasting and tourism. All of Tokyo's 9 television and 4 FM radio stations are transmitted throughout the entire metropolitan area from Tokyo Tower. From Tokyo Tower, there is a 29-minute ride to the Meiji Jingu. Located in Shibuya, Tokyo, Meiji Jingu is dedicated to the deified spirit of Emperor Meiji and his wife Empress Shoken. It doesn't, however, contain the emperor grave, and it is the most famous Tokyo's Shinto shrine. Japanese people don't usually think of Shinto specifically as a religion. It's simply an aspect of Japanese life. This has enabled Shinto to coexist happily with Buddhism for centuries. Shrine visiting at New Year is the most popular shared national event in Japan.
Shinto is considered Japan's most ancient religion. It's based on harmony and ancient values.
Stop at the cleansing station where you can dip into a communal water tank and purify your hands and mouth before offering up a prayer. You can write wishes on little pieces of paper and tie them onto the prayer wall. Or do as the locals do, toss some yen into the offering box. Bow your head twice, clap twice, and bow once more. Most of the major buildings of the shrine were burned down in 1945 due to air raids during World War II. Thanks to donations from Japan and abroad, all were reconstructed in 1958. With many large trees still growing in its ground, Meiji Jingu is a precious wooded area in the heart of the city.
From
Meiji Jingu. There is a 10-minute walk to Harajuku, a district in Shibuya, Tokyo, Japan. Harajuku has been the epicenter of Tokyo teen fashion for decades. However, it also offers shopping for adults and some historic sites. It is a place where you can experience animal cafes such as owl cafes and cat cafes. The focal point of Harajuku's teenage culture is Takeshita Dori and its side street. Those streets are known for wacky, youth-driven shops, selling colorful and crazy clothes and accessories. Tokyo has achieved worldwide fame due to its animal cafes. Enjoy a unique experience in Harajuku by visiting few of the most popular animal cafes in Tokyo. The Owl Cafe, where you can meet and fall in love with those cutest little fluffy birds. They can fly and stand on your hand. You can try to hold them closer. You'll pay about 1,500 Japanese yen each to spend about 30 minutes in the owl room. A member of staff will be there the whole time to make sure you don't do anything to harm the owls, and they will be introduced to you.
He is American Orange Owl named Wasabi. Yeah, Wasabi. Now very smart. Sweet. He is scared. He is shy too. So please show hand and touch. Oh my god, still here.
Popular among locals and tourists alike, cat cafes are amusing venues to hang out with favorite felines. You can get your daily and weekly dose of feline affection without having to own one. All you need to do is to pay for a time-based cover charge. Buy yourself a drink and observe a few simple rules on how to pet the cat. If it's your lucky day, you may also win their affection. Harajuku, you can have coffee with a hedgehog. Why not visit a snake cafe? Dogs, bunnies, goats, and so on. The next stop is Roppongi, a 20-minute metro ride from Harajuku. A popular district in Tokyo amongst foreigners, Roppongi has a high concentration of nighttime entertainment. Foreigners like to frequent the area much more than Shinjuku, Ginza, or Shibuya. Roppongi and the surrounding districts are home to many embassies and a large expat community. Visitors to Roppongi have their fair share of things to do, including shopping, movie watching, checking out art, and a whole lot more. The Mama spider sculpture by Louis Bourgeois is a famous landmark in Roppongi Hills. As terrifying as it may seem to some, the statue reflects feelings of nurture, protection, weaving, and spinning. Day 2. Yasukuni Shrine, Sensoji Temple, Electric Town Akihabara, Nightlife in Shinjuku. Yasukuni Shrine is a Shinto shrine in central Tokyo that commemorates Japan's war dead.
The shrine was erected in 1869 on the orders of the Emperor Meiji. In 1879, the shrine was renamed as Yasukuni Shrine.
And though it's located in the heart of Tokyo, it was miraculously able to avoid getting bombarded in the war and thus conserve a shrine complex built before the war. The shrine is dedicated to souls of about 2.5 million Japanese men, women and children who died for their country between the Meiji Restoration and the World War II. They include soldiers, wartime nurses, students who entered battle, and those who committed suicide in shame at the end of World War II. At the center of the shrine's controversy is the fact that those venerated include 14 convicted Class A war criminals, including Prime Minister General Hideki Tojo, who was executed for war crimes in 1948. Within the shrine, the souls of the dead are worshipped rather than just remembered. According to Japanese national Shinto religion, humans are transformed into kami, or deities, when they die, and as such are worshipped by their descendants. The Temizuya water pavilion, consisting of water basin and ladles, is not a place to drink water. It is there to perform misogi, a ritual to purify the body and mind with water before proceeding to stand in front of the deity. From Yasukuni Shrine, there is approximately 40-minute metro ride to the Senchoji Temple. Senchoji is an ancient Buddhist temple located in Asakusa, Tokyo, Japan. It is Tokyo's oldest temple and one of its most significant. Kaminarimon is the first thing you see after leaving the Asakusa subway station. A large red lantern is its mark. On both sides of the gate stand statues which are images of the gods of wind and thunder, Fujin and Raijin. Around 30 million visitors from throughout Japan and abroad visit the temple every year. Various events continuing from ancient times are held. It is a great spot for enjoying the atmosphere of the Edo period. Nakamizidori, the oldest shopping street in Japan, is located beyond the Kaminarimon and is always bustling with visitors to the temple. The street stretches for 250 meters and consists of 180 shops, mostly handling souvenirs and Japanese confectionaries. Visitors are engulfed in the smoke from the chokoro, which is set in front of the temple. According to the folk belief, if you touch the smoke to unhealthy part of your body, it will recover. Sensoji is a temple with more than 1300 years of history. It was built for the canon Bodhisattva, found by two brothers while fishing in the Sumida River. The miraculous founding of the canon statue was considered an auspicious omen. It was then decided that the temple should be built in order to enshrine the statue. The canon Bodhisattva is enshrined at the main hall. A merciful Buddhist deity who is believed to take away the people's suffering and make their wishes come true. Some visitors buy the charms sold at the temple.
Bad fortune. Your happiness is in the past. hidden among the clouds, like the Yakna.
Akihabara, also called Akiba, after a famous local shrine, is a district in central Tokyo that is famous for its many electronics shops. In more recent years, Akihabara has gained recognition as the center of Japanese otaku culture, which refers to those passionate about manga or anime, and many shops and establishments devoted to anime and manga are now dispersed among the electronic stores in the district.
So this is Akihabara, also called Electric Town. So this is a district of anime, manga stores and electronic games.
Hundreds of electronic shops, ranging from tiny one-man stores specializing in a particular electronic component to large electronics retailers, line the main Chiodori Street and the crowded side streets around Akihabara. They offer everything from the newest computers, cameras, televisions, mobile phone, electronics parts and home appliances to second-hand goods and electronic junk. The character of Akihabara has constantly changed over the decades and continues to do so. In the last decade, Akihabara has emerged as a center of Japanese otaku and anime culture. Dozens of stores specializing in anime, manga, retro video games, figurines, card games, and other collectibles have filled the spaces between the electronics retailers. Akihabara is one of the best areas to see Tokyo do what it does best: condense a whole lot of something into a small space and add a dash of madness. Tokyo is home to one of the most diverse and fascinating nightlife scenes on the planet. In such a massive metropolis and with so many amazing options, trying to decide what to do can be overwhelming. So many activities can be done in Tokyo during the night, and there is a handful of most prominent nightlife neighborhoods in Tokyo. One of them is Shinjuku. Shinjuku is a macrocosm of Tokyo, containing everything from upmarket hotels and offices to universities, from discount electronic stores to department stores. And then there is Kabukicho, Tokyo's largest and silliest red light district.
To try the recommended
From high-end bars to local buzzing bars, Shinjuku features a number of amazing bars and pubs, suited for everyone. The first activity we are doing in Shinjuku is walking around and enjoying this party atmosphere, amplified by an unending number of neon-dust bars, clubs, and lounges. Fine dining is our second activity in Shinjuku. The area has been blessed with some amazing restaurants. Japanese cuisine is a large variety of dishes and regional specialties. Rice, sushi, tempura, tofu, okonomiyaki are amongst the most popular foods in Japan. Karaoke is an activity of choice in Japan, and this is our third night activity in Shinjuku.
How long do I want to sing? How long do we want to sing? 30 minutes? Is that 30 minutes?
From closing a deal with a business associate to bonding with your family, karaoke is sung loud and proud across the many karaoke bars that litter the city of Tokyo. We needed to have this unique and exciting experience at least once while we are in Japan. Most of these karaoke bars offer private rooms, some complete with mini stages and spotlights, and a waiter is on hand to serve you with enough liquid courage to take on any song. The point of karaoke is not to impress others with your singing, but create a fun, enjoyable atmosphere regardless of whether you have a good voice or not.
Let's go slow. I ain't got nowhere to get baby, on to the night. I'll make it down.
According to karaoke scene, the Japanese are generous when listening to others sing, and aren't shy when handed the microphone, which is likely one of the reasons that karaoke has been so largely accepted in Japanese society and is so common in Tokyo. Tokyo Skytree is a television broadcasting tower and landmark of Tokyo. It is the tallest structure in Japan and the second tallest in the world, after the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. However, it is the world's highest standalone communication tower, boasting a height of 634 meters. The entrance to the Tokyo Skytree is on the 4th floor of Tokyo Skytree Town. Tokyo Solamachi is a complex that includes many shops and restaurants, as well as an aquarium and planetarium is located at its base. Tokyo Skytree opened in May 2012 and has already become a major symbol of Tokyo. The highlight of the Tokyo Skytree is its two observation decks, which offer spectacular views out over Tokyo. The two enclosed decks are located at heights of 350 and 450 meters, respectively, making them the highest observation decks in Japan and some of the highest in the world. Tempo Deck, the lower of the two decks, is 350 meters high and spans 3 levels with great views from all of its floors. The glass floor segments that let you really experience the thrill of being 350 meters in the air is one of the most popular features of the observation deck, not for those with a fear of height. Second set of lifts connects the Tempo Deck to the 450 meter high Tempo Gallery, dubbed the world's highest skywalk. The Tempo Gallery consists of a sloping spiral ramp that gains height as it circles the tower. The Tokyo Imperial Palace is the primary residence of the Emperor of Japan. It is a large park-like area located in the Shibuya ward of Tokyo and contains buildings including the main palace, the private residences of the imperial family, museums and administrative offices. From Kokyo-gayan, the large plaza in front of the Imperial Palace, visitors can view the Nijubashi, two bridges that form an entrance to the inner palace grounds. The stone bridge in front is called Meganebashi, eyeglass bridge, for its looks. The bridge in the back was formerly a wooden bridge with 2 levels, from which the name Nijubashi double bridge is derived. The inner grounds of the palace are generally not open to the public. Only on January the 2nd, New Year's greeting, and December the 23rd, visitors are able to enter the inner palace grounds and see the members of the imperial family, who make several public appearances on a balcony. Kyokugayan Imperial Palace Outer Garden, Kyoku Igashigoyan Imperial Palace East Garden, and Kitanomaru Koen Park are all open to the public free of charge. Crafted from part of the original castle compound, Imperial Palace East Garden allows you to get close-up views of the massive stone used to build the castle walls, and even climb the ruins of one of the caves of the upper lawn. The East Garden, right in the center of Tokyo, is a free park within the Imperial Palace complex. Highlights include Ninomaru Garden, a traditional Japanese garden, and the remains of the former castle tower. The tower remains the base of a guard tower that was once the tallest building in Japan, symbolizing the power of the shogun. The tower burned down in 1657 and was never reconstructed. The surrounding area of Shibuya is a lively, popular destination for people of all walks of life. It is a popular nightlife spot filled with bars, clubs, and izakaya, which are gastropubs for eating and drinking after work. It would be a shame to come to Tokyo and not take a walk across the famous intersection outside Shibuya Station. Rumored to be the busiest intersection in the world, and definitely in Japan. Shibuya Crossing is like a giant beating heart, sending people in all directions. With every passing lights change, hundreds of people, and at peak time, said to be over 1,000 people cross at a time, coming from all directions at once, yet still managing to dodge each other with a practice no challenge agility. The intersection is a popular location for movies and media taking place in Tokyo. It is appeared in the films Lost in Translation and the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Let's cross the intersection. And there is Hashiko. Hashiko was a dog back in the 1920s who came each day to meet his owner after work at Shibuya Station. His owner died, but Hashiko continued to come each evening to the station to wait. This continued for around 10 years. a small statue of Ashiko sits outside the station. The statue is recognizable by everyone in Japan. It's on television all the time. It's a thoroughly famous spot. Day 4. Tsukiji Fish Market. Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. Asuma Garden. Tsukiji Market is best known as one of the world's largest fish markets, handling over 2,000 tons of marine products per day. The site of the many kinds of fresh seafood and the busy atmosphere of scooters, trucks, sellers and buyers hurrying around make Tsukiji Market a major tourist attraction.
We are at the Tsukiji Fish Market. This is the biggest fish market in the world. I wonder why people should travel all over the world just to come and visit this fish market. We are going to find out today what this fish market is all about. No bad.
Tokyo Tsukiji Fish Market is sometimes called the Wall Street of Fish. Every day, fishers, wall sellers, and the owners of Japan's top sushi restaurants gather to buy and sell more than $20 million of the freshest fish in the world. Tsukiji Fish Market is divided into two areas, the outer and inner market. The outer market is the network of streets and alleys filled with restaurants, grab-and-go snack stands, and vendors of wares ranging from value-priced dishware to luxury-grade seaweed. Tsukiji's inner market is the area where the business of commercial seafood transaction actually takes place. Within the inner market, adjacent to the airport terminal-sized structure, where all the butchering, buying and selling goes down, is another much smaller cluster of restaurants and vendors. Thousands come to try to get a glimpse of the market's world-famous tuna auction. It's been said that no visit to Tsukiji is complete without a sushi breakfast. There are plenty of sushi counters here. Tsukiji Fish Market is the sushi mecca for visitors to Tokyo. In the Tsukiji market, you can have a taste of wide range of food. Seafood, including a variety of fish and shellfish, is the most common. You'll be amazed by the diversity of shellfish that you may have the occasion of putting in your mouth.
Let's see. I really don't know how to eat it. I'm trying my best. Oh, there's something inside. Really don't know. Yeah, I found the way. I found the way of doing it. I found the way of doing it. Okay, and then you open it. Not bad, not bad.
However, you may also stumble across nice
It's still to go.
Here.
Here, hi, 600.
It doesn't end there. With delight, we found ourselves in front of a sake. Yes, a Japanese sake stand in a fish market.
This is a very
Typical sake, yeah.
typical sake, the regular one. This is we call it ancient sake. This is a very different from Dubai sake. More rich, more sweet.
More sweet.
More sweet, more flavoring. This one is a more naturally, more old-fashioned,
Old fashioned, yeah.
low sake.
So what is that?
So the leaves of the sake, the sediment.
Yeah.
いらっしゃいませ。
ありがとうございます。
はい。どうぞよろしければ立ち飲みで一杯いかがですか。ちょっと珍しいお酒もいろいろあります。
Oh my god, that's different.
A different, yeah. It's actually nice. Like a sake, gentle. Gentle in the throat. Very gentle.
After more than 80 years in operation, the world's biggest fish market, a popular tourist attraction in an area packed with restaurants and shops, is expected to move to Toyosu, a farmer gas plant to the east of the current site. The next stop is the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building, a 33-minute metro ride from the Tsukiji Fish Market. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building in Shinjuku is often visited by tourists for its free observation decks, which provide good panoramic views of Tokyo and beyond. The 243-meter tall building has 2 towers, and each houses an observatory at a height of 202 meters, located on the 45th floor of main building number 1. The towers and the surrounding buildings contain offices and the assembly hall of the Metropolitan Government of Tokyo. Visitors are therefore subject to bag checks prior to boarding the lift as part of the security measures. On the second story of the building, there is a tourist information center with lots of information about Tokyo, but also about various other tourist destinations across Japan. From the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building, the next stop is the Asuma Garden. Tokyo may not be known as a city with much greenery, but it has several striking parks and gardens, which offer residents and visitors an opportunity to get a break from the concrete. The essence of beauty in Tokyo will be found in its gardens. There is plenty of beautiful gardens in Tokyo, but for no particular reasons, we choose to visit the Asuma Garden, which is located in the Fukagawa region in the ward of Koto.
We could not visit all the gardens in Tokyo. It's impossible with the amount of time we have, 4 days. But we try to visit a lot of things. We've done a lot of things here in Tokyo. It's a huge, huge, huge city. And we could not live without visiting one of its beautiful gardens. And this is the Asuma Garden. It's a small and beautiful garden.
A highlight of the Asuma Garden are the many stones set around the ground. Landscape stones are highly sought after and valuable. When strolling the garden's grounds, be sure to venture across the stepping stone paths that are set in the water. This is called isowatari, and from the stones you can see fish and turtles under the surface of the pond, as well as the reflections of the garden in the water. You can get very close to the turtles and the fishes. Halfway around the garden is the tea house styled Ryotei, a traditional Japanese restaurant that appears to hover over the water from across the pond. There are over 4,000 trees in this constricted space. The Japanese black pine are the dominant trees. Aside from the trees, ponds, and structures, the garden has abundant bird life. Tokyo is a huge, sprawling city, but it's served by one of the world's best public transport systems. Tokyo Transport comprises three major railway systems: JR, subway, and private railways. Most of all tourist attractions in or nearby Tokyo City can be reached by these three railway systems. The best way to understand Tokyo is to think of it as several cities connected by a great public transport system. Each urban node like Shinjuku, Shibuya or Roppongi is like its own city. And if you jump on the subway or train, you can be in a completely different city in a few minutes. Tokyo's public transportation system is the most comprehensive in the world. It is also cleaner, safer, and more punctual than that of any other metropolis. We have tested this punctuality in few occasions, and it passed with flying colors. A prepaid card like Suica and Pasmo is easily the best way to pay for train and subway travel in Tokyo. If you are staying more than 24 hours, the best idea is to buy a Suica travel pass. These are credit card size cards that you charge up with credit and are usable on all lines, and they work all across Japan. This will save you so much hassle, as you don't have to think about which tickets to buy.
黄色い線までお下がりください。The Maple